Is there hysteria in the international climate debate? Britain's former Prime Minister Tony Blair suggests there is, as he calls for a new approach. It comes after Spain and Portugal were recently hit by cascading blackouts, which some say were made worse by an over-reliance on solar power. NTD's international correspondent Malcolm Hudson has more for us from London.
In a new policy paper, former British Prime Minister Tony Blair said hysteria should be taken out of the international climate debate, saying that voters feel they are being made to make financial sacrifices and changes to their lifestyle in what Blair referred to as doomed policy, despite the fact that in developed nations, these changes will lead to a minimal impact to global carbon emissions. Blair said that by 2030, almost two-thirds of global emissions will come from China, India and Southeast Asia, and said that means any strategy based on phasing out fossil fuels in the short term is doomed to fail. But while he appeared to hit out against net zero carbon emission policies, Blair went on to clarify that Prime Minister Keir Starmer's approach to net zero is the right one, supporting the government's plan for net zero by 2050. Deputy Prime Minister Angela Rayner responded.
Tony's clarified his comments and he welcomes our direction of travel, and that's on renewables, investing in renewables and nuclear as part of the mix. Look, we can't rely on fossil fuels forever.
The British government rejected Blair's claim of hysteria in the climate debate. But Ben Pyle, co-founder of Climate Debate UK, says there is a lot of hysteria driving climate policy.
And this sort of tendency of a lot of people within the global green movement to sort of talk about deadlines, 10 years left to save the planet and so on and so forth.
Many people have made the 10 years claim over the decades, including former US Vice President Al Gore in 2006. Blair said that most political leaders know that the debate has become irrational, but are terrified of saying so for fear of being called climate deniers. A British government spokesperson said that they remain focused on their mission for the UK to be a clean energy superpower, while treading lightly on people's lives. Pyle disputed this and said it will be expensive.
Over the next 5 years, the Clean Power by 2030 agenda is going to lock Britain into extremely expensive renewable energy subsidy schemes.
Over-reliance on renewable energy has drawn criticism in recent days, following the huge blackouts throughout Spain and Portugal. Energy expert Catherine Porter said the initial fault in Spain's power grid was made worse by an over-reliance on solar power, which led to cascading blackouts that lasted for over 8 hours in the Iberian Peninsula. Malcolm Hudson, NTD News, London.